And we're on. Welcome, everybody, to the most punctual show in 239 history. Welcome to the Esober Elitists. I am Eso. He is sober. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I mean, that's just coming up. Um, Speaking of which, sober, you want to do a show next week, or you just want to eat and be fat?
Well, I'm gonna eat, but I'm gonna be really fucking wasted from Wednesday next week all the way through the following week. So, what do you do?
You sound wasted right now.
I'm trying to work on that.
Yes. Yeah. This is the President's Trophy edition of the show. We have Marty McFly in the house this week with us to basically talk about how good he is. I mean, I think he's earned that. We're going to break down the playoff series. We're going to do a bunch of things tonight. But start off, man. Welcome to the show, Marty.
Hey, what's up? Thanks for having
You
me.
know, we're here for you, man. So let's start off right off the rip here. I want you to talk about a couple things real quick as it comes to your team, who came out with the best record in the league, the most points. You were there from start to finish, bell to bell, the whole time.
Ring, ring.
When you were drafting this team, what you had the plan, obviously, and by the way, this is perfect because nobody was more prepared than Marty this year, and he continues to be the most prepared guy, most prepared captain in this league to date. So
Wow.
basically, I mean, you are, and we're going to get to that. But
Twist his
first, I want you to
nipples.
talk about
Jesus
your
Christ.
team, why you got to where you are, why you were able to win almost every series, but stay on top the whole way, and what was your draft strategy going into the season? You made no trades, so tell us what happened.
I did make one trade, but that was like before we even started playing. But
Correct.
so what happened is I did a lot of scouting games with Dom Silva and stuff like that, and basically it came down to I was looking at the people, and I was like, I'd like to get that Sea-Doo. I've never seen her play. I'd like to get her into a game, right? Like I haven't seen her play, and I was just like, gosh, she can't be that good. Well, guess what? She's that good. Um, so after seeing them play, her and Dolly, like the chemistry between them two, I was just like, oh, I could fit into this. So I was just like, I got to try to get both of these people. So I kept scouting night after night for about a week, and then all of a sudden I was like, told them I was like, I'm drafting you two. I'm gonna make it happen, and they're like, yeah, yeah, sure. You know what I
So,
mean?
so right off the
That's
rip,
right.
you're trying to get into the three-way with the power couple,
Trying to sneak my way in there, but that's a nice ring. I can't match that.
I
My
don't
wife
blame
already
you. I've
owns the
seen
ring.
Dalai Lama. I've seen him. I get it.
He is a good-looking guy. So yeah. So anyways, 3 weeks goes on of like it seemed forever of scouting, and basically I'm wheeling and dealing like every other captain was, and I ended up getting 7th and 8th pick. And anyways, I'm telling them like basically I'm like, you two are my two, and I start up a G chat or whatever, the Hangouts thing, and it's just like the Hut Heroes, and they were already in it before the draft even happened. Like, I don't know if that's cocky or if that's hopeful thinking, but so anyways, I go away on this golf trip, and then Chelsea goes, I think Daly might draft me or something like that. That's what someone said. I was like, nah, whatever, right? So I did my homework, and then I came up with the idea. I was just like, you know what? If I have one of the best left wings and I have the best right D in the league, and I'm decent center, I was just like, I want to get the best goalie because I knew Adrian had four picks in a row at like 25, 26, 27, 24 to 27, and I had 28th pick. So I traded McGilla, my 28th pick or whatever, for his 21st, and he had 50 and I had 42. So I traded those, so I ended up to 21 because I figured I might have a chance at Cripps then, because I seen what he could do with a subpar team last year. No offense to his team last year, but I figured if I could put together a good team with a really good goalie, I'd be set. And I also knew about Hockey Town, and I didn't think anyone else knew about him, so I knew I could probably get him at 50 with my last pick. And then Thamps told fucking Chew about him and so on and so forth. But anyways, I traded Joe Stowe, who was tough to trade.
Uh-oh.
Do we lose
Off
Marty?
because I'm not doing anything now. I could just, you know what it's like when you're on your thing. And anyways, it's back on. So I traded
Your mic shut off.
Hockey
Okay.
Town.
Yep.
Hockey Town for Joe Stowe, right? So I got Hockey Town, and then that's a team I wanted. So we just played tons of games. Like we were playing every night that we didn't, before the season and during the season, we just like playing together. So I think it's just what Dom says, hashtag Kemen. We seem to have it. So. And
Okay,
I don't draft forwards first. I always draft like defensive, and I made sure all my teams were defensive. Oh, and one more thing. I said to Chelsea, I was just like, listen, I don't know who you want on left D, but it's your D partner. You pick who you want on left D, and she couldn't have picked a better left D than C-Dub. So, I mean, I could say
I agree.
nice things about them all. So,
Yep.
and I will.
So-
1 second. Just 1 sec. Sorry.
I prepared a speech. I prepared a speech, guys, for the
No,
elitists,
I just
for
wanna
every
say
one of my
something just
awesome
because-
fucking players.
Oh, no, I'm just Chelsea.
I'm kidding. I'm
She's
fucking with
amazing.
you.
Ollie, he's cerebral. He's really good. Like he can drive the puck. C-Dub is the steal of the draft, I think, because I got him in the 4th round, and he should be considered for, I don't know, Norris maybe. I don't know. He's really good.
He's in the
Hockey Town.
discussions. I don't know if he'll win it, but
Well,
he's in the
that's what I
discussions.
mean. 4th round, and you're in the discussions. I mean, I think
Yep.
you prove yourself as a steal, right?
And
Crips,
real quick
wow.
to cut in. Well, I'm just gonna cut in on him real quick. Daly touched on it last night on the throwdown. He's pigeonholed now, whether he likes it or not. When you prove you can play a position that well for 2 months, dude, he's gonna be. People are gonna want him to play lefty for their teams going forward, and it's weird because he played mostly forward, correct? Like aside from this season, he might have
never
dabbled in D
played-
a little bit here and then.
Never played D.
Okay, that's what
He
I
told
thought.
me last week.
Um,
He told me last week that he never played D, and
Mhm.
he said when you drafted me as left D, I did it because I like playing with Chelsea. He goes, but he goes, I love forward, but he goes, I love left D now. He goes, I really like playing it, and he goes, it's hard for me to watch someone that can't play defense now. Kind of like what
Mhm.
Daly says. It's hard to watch someone that can't play defense when he's playing this club and he's playing forward. So he goes, I just go back there now.
and that's what makes a 4th rounder, okay? And if his primary position going forward is left D, well, you're not going to get him in the 4th round anymore. So he's really just upped his value, and he's upped his overall worth to the league, to himself, and any team that he plays on now going forward. He is now one of the guys, whether he likes it or not. But it sounds like he likes it, so that's cool. Continue.
And he's
You
a
can
super
finish blowing
cool
Crips
dude.
now. Yeah, no, you were about to blow
It's-
Crips before I interrupted. So
But also, one of those things, some good defensemen, when they make an error, they're like, oh, they blame it on other people. He's the first person to look at himself, and he's just like, I'm really sorry, guys. That was my bad. I know as a defenseman, I try to deflect the blame sometimes when I play defense.
Yep.
He doesn't do that. He takes it right in the teeth. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I got respect for that, too. Can I just get to Hockey Town before we go to Crips? And
you can do whatever you want,
Because-
man.
Hockey Town, Russ, he's probably the super cool, like, quiet guy, always in the right place, can do everything, play awesome defense. If you look at any of our videos, you'll see, and I mean, he scores. He does everything. He's like Dolly on the other side, takes less penalties. But that's. Sorry, Dolly. Dolly is the best forechecker I know. You know what I mean? So it worked well up there good, and I stay back
Yep.
a little bit. And then one more thing before we get into Crips, because I feel like we can go on Crips for a while. AC is probably my only regret of the season, because I drafted him in my 6th pick, and through this streak of Crips getting shutouts and stuff like that, I didn't want to mess with the lineup. So AC didn't get to play this season, and I feel bad about that because he is more than worthy of playing on any team. I mean, he could have stepped right in, but when we had that streak going with Cripps, right? It's like you don't want to really fuck around with things. So that's my big regret because AC sat the bench, but he, you know what? I've never met anyone that was better at accepting it than him. So, a lot of respect
Sober,
for him.
this is a good chance to swing it to you real quick. This was a weird draft. We've said it before. Whereas guys like, let's say, Sober Enough went last overall in the regular rounds, and then you had guys that were always drafted end up going in the optionals. Again, that's probably not going to happen again. We all know why it happened. We're not going to go into that. But to have a guy like AC never even see the ice, it's a weird season, and that weighs on a captain. I guarantee you, Marty lost some sleep over that. I guarantee you he did.
Makes me sick.
Because yeah, but it is what it is, and I know AC. He's such a cool, calm guy, and he loves the league, and he knows that probably isn't going to happen again. So, and hey, he's on the best team in the league, so there's that for a consolation prize.
Yeah, I mean,
So, I mean, but at any rate, B. Cripps.
B. Cripps.
you want to know? But sorry, yeah, you want me to
Is
talk
Marty
about it?
there or okay?
Yeah, no. I thought you were gonna.
Well, I
say
just wanted
something.
you to. I just wanted you to finish up your lineup, and then we can move on to the series and stuff like that, and get everyone's thoughts about what's about to go down.
Cripps. Well, I mean, to be fair, he sucks. I'm just joking. No, he has like a really good defense in front of him, but we leave him at the dry once in a while, and he makes unreal saves. I've never seen a goalie in better position. Esther, you can attest to this. I've never seen a goalie that's been in better position than him. He makes every
His
save a
position
goalie
is
should
second to
make.
none. I think we all know that. Yeah.
It's unreal, right? So,
Yep.
I mean, we play a defensive style, and I mean, I think he has 13 shutouts in a season, right? I mean, that won't be touched again. And it's not
Nope.
just because of the defense. He's the best goalie by far. So it's gonna suck for him where he's gonna get picked probably first round next year. But
I don't think so.
Thanks.
I don't think he will. I just think people don't pick goalies in the first round. I think they learned from that mistake of the past. He still will be the first goalie off the board. And you know what? Maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe somebody gets 2 first-round picks and they have to have them, and then I get it. But if you only have 1 first-round pick, I don't think. Sober, would you ever take? You've been captain. Would you ever take a goalie first round?
hard to take a goalie.
Yeah, it's hard to take goalie. Depending where I pick and how many teams there are, that would change. That would change it.
But he's almost the goalie that would make you consider it, though, right?
Yeah.
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 Oh,
like,
for sure. You got to think about it. Yeah.
Yep. Definitely have to think about it. Because didn't Drift go first a couple seasons ago?
He did, but it was a long time. He went like second overall. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Or no, maybe that was Thug. Wasn't that Thug?
Mm.
This was the season 2. So you have to jog my
We had
memory.
like 30 players that year, though, or something like that, right?
No, there was 8 teams, right?
Yep.
So
Okay.
you were in the 50s and so at least in players. Obviously we've grown since then, but all right, man. I think this is what we're gonna. Drift was drafted by Pale as a forward.
Yeah, but
in round 2 or 2. Round 2.
Right? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I just know how much he loves it. I say Cripps is a better goalie than he is.
Steven doesn't even play goalie anymore. He doesn't get to complain. So
I think
there's
he's
that.
playing now, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
I heard he's playing and
Yep.
going forward.
Is he?
Yep.
That's interesting. I
Yeah,
didn't know. We can talk about
he's
that.
in my key things to look for.
But hey, don't
will
try to
get to
ask
that.
him to play goalie when you're playing freaking puck late at night. Don't do that.
Oh, he'll quit. He'll just
Oh,
leave.
yeah.
You guys need one? Yeah, we need a goalie.
And so
Please.
Roberto has no
Alright, cool.
time for goalie.
No, time to get Hanso. He's all set.
Yeah.
It was great.
Oh,
listening
you know
to
what?
Odd just rip on him. It was great.
Later in the
And
show,
then
guys,
fade
and if
out
I
of
don't want
that.
to forget this, Sober, this is your job. Don't let me forget this.
Fuck.
I think I have a new theory on who Hansel Roberto is. And I want to
Uh,
talk about it and see if it makes sense. Because I haven't heard anyone bring this up. Maybe they have, and maybe it was
breaking
just
news.
brushed aside. Yeah, no, it's not breaking news. It's just like a
It's
thought I
fucking
had.
you, isn't it? Are you gonna break down why you are Hansel Roberto?
We can. We can. No, we're not going to do that. But I think I have a. Who brought it up to me the other day? I forget. And I was like, holy fuck, that actually makes sense. I think it might have been C-Dub, actually. Or maybe, no, you know who it was? It was Master Shotgun. We were playing, it was like me, Shotgun, and yet I know we were all playing some threes. And I think Shotgun brought it up, and I was like, dude, I think you're right. But, anyways, we'll talk about that later. He'll never tell us who he is, anyways, but it's just fun to guess. We're going to get into these playoff matchups, and since our guest tonight has proven the entire time that he's better than you, he's more prepared than you, he drafts better than you, he trades better than you, he actually
Wow.
prepares for the Esober Elitists better than Eso and Sober do. Fact.
Well, I was gonna
As you
say
can
that
hear
doesn't
his
take
notes.
much, but
Well, no. Marty it was kind enough to have the rosters ready to go, to have some key players ready to go when we start talking about these series. So I'm going to throw it right to you to start, Marty. Number 1 versus number 8. Hot Heroes versus... Take it away.
The damn dirty apes, I guess.
Them
So basically,
damn
what I did
apes.
is,
I like how he slides it. I guess.
I guess, I guess, no, no. I basically what I do is I have their rosters, I have their forward line, their defense, the defenses, and the goalies, and then basically I say, out of the forwards, which forward line I like better, defensive line, goalie better. You know what I mean? So it's 3
And
points
this is your
basically,
matchup.
and exactly. So
And this is your
basically
time to talk
forwards.
shit too.
I'm not a shit talker though. I let her play talk shit.
Also, real
Um,
quick, before you get into it, I would be what's the word, remiss, to because I don't want to forget to throw this out there either. You didn't win last night, by the
no,
way.
we didn't.
You lost it
No, we
all.
didn't.
You lost the streak. You lost the series. I can't let you get off the hook that easy. Agent got you last night. He got you.
Yeah.
And I
No.
just
Hey.
want to throw it out there that Hut Heroes, as of late, have looked a little more human than they did pretty much all season. The last week they looked human. Now, going into the playoffs, here's your segue, 1 through 8. Are you guys going to get it? Are you got 1 to 8? Excuse me, 1 versus 8. You guys going to get it done? Tell me why.
I'll get to that. Yeah, we will. But I can kind of explain why too, and it'll be apparent once I'm done. But what I will say is, you know what? We looked more Clark Kent last week, but we had a little rest as well, right? Like we had 2 of our members go away. Get engaged. They're seeing clouds in the shape of hearts. So I mean, come on,
And that was
give
just
us
you
a
and
break for a
Crips.
week. I know, me and Crips, we went and
Yeah.
eloped.
You didn't even.
My,
Yeah.
my wife doesn't know about it, so
She might enjoy
Michelle,
it, eh?
right?
It's 2017. Tell her to open up her horizons a little bit.
So what I did is I basically wrote down the lineups, forwards, defense, goalie, and then I'll show you. So our offense is Marty, Dolly, and Hockeytown, aka Russ, and theirs is Jofus, Hugh, and Murph. Both dynamic forward lines. However, we've been playing together for the whole season. And all of us have over like 30 goals, sort of thing. Like our offense is really spread. So I gave us the notch there, I guess, just where the damn dirty apes have changed their lineup a few times, made some trades. So I'm figuring we have the chemistry compared to them. Defense, Sea-Doo and C-Dub versus Magilla and All the Way. I mean, no offense to Magilla or All the Way, but Sea-Doo and C-Dub, the 2 of the top defensemen in the league. So once again, sorry, we have a check there. In goalie, Time to Get Steven is their goalie, is the last couple series, and our goalie is B. Cripps. I have to give it to B. Cripps because he has 13 shutouts and he is, I don't know, he's the man. So now what I do, basically all three of those would go to our team. This is just kind of a demo of what I'm doing for the other teams as well. But guy to watch on the Damn Dirty Apes that could make a difference if Time to Get Steven, channels his inner goalie or his last year inner goalie. He can steal a series for anybody, right? I mean, he's done it before. The only thing is he's playing against B. Cripps, so they're both. It's gonna be a heavyweight bout there. So that's who I would watch for them. And for us, Hockey Town, Russ. He is the guy that does everything. And if I'm not going, if Dolly's not going, well, Russ is. Aka Hockey Town. So he's the guy that's gonna probably make the difference in this series. So that's why I think we got this series.
How many games?
Yeah, so that's what I do.
How many games?
Uh,
Yeah, I want to hear that.
I'm gonna give them 1 or 2, so 5 or 6. I don't think it'll be a sweep.
How many shutouts?
It's hard to sweep any team, right? I think Crips will get 1, maybe 2. It's playoffs, right?
Yeah.
So
Sober, do you
That's where I
disagree
go
or
with it.
agree with anything he said?
Just because I don't like talking about draft, I'm gonna switch it up. I would say Murph is going to be their guy if he can control the offensive play where they're holding the puck longer than you guys are. I see them putting up somewhat of a fight, but I don't think it's going to be. I think it'll be over in 4.
You think Hot Heroes gets a sweep?
Yep.
Well, I want to disagree with something Marty just said. Marty said
Okay.
Steven could steal a series. He could steal games. But he also said, and you follow that up with, but he's playing against B. Cripps. No, he's not. He's playing against Dalai Lama, and he's playing against yourself, and he's playing against Dub and Do and Hockey Town.
You know
Okay,
it has to
he's
be
not
in his
playing
head
against
though.
B. Cripps.
You know it has to be in his
Uh,
head. The whole Vesna thing, the whole him
It's
getting emo,
possible,
blah,
but
blah. It's in his head.
no, I hear you. However, Steven's a very good goalie, whether you like it or not. Matter of fact, if not for B. Cripps, he might be the goalie. And I know he hates hearing that, but until he dedicates himself back to goalie and proves everybody wrong, then that's what it is. I do agree with you that Steve can steal games, and if it was me, he's also my guy to highlight on the Damn Dirty Apes as far as making a huge difference. I loved Jofus on right D, but they've changed up this lineup, so now Jofus is going forward.
Playing right wing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've never seen him play forward, but dynamic player is a dynamic player, and from what I'm hearing is he can certainly be that up front as well. I just loved his game on right D. I'm not sure how much they lose on the back end by putting all the way back there over him. Again, I'm not really sure how he plays on D. But what I'll say is this, man. I think this series has the potential to go 6, maybe 7. I know that sounds ridiculous, but they're putting if that's the lineup they're putting out there, that is their best lineup. And if Murph can channel, now don't forget he's working Sea-Doo, right?
Mhm.
If Murph can channel a little bit of his creativity and make sure he's constantly looking for passes in the offensive zone, because Sea-Doo's going to eat him up if he tries too much dangle dick shit. He's going to try some because that's the type of player he is, and he's pretty dynamic. He's got to get by Sea-Doo and he's got to get by B. Cripps. So I think if I were the Damn Dirty Apes, a heavy cycle, heavy shooting game as much as you can. If one thing's not working, go to the other. You really got to change it up against the Hot Heroes to have a chance. At the end of the day, Hot
Wow.
Heroes wins this 1 in 6 for me. That's my call. Oh, and your highlight player, Marty, by the way, is you. For me.
Why do you say that? Oh, I didn't see.
You don't
I
have.
cut out. My mic cut out there. It said connecting. You know, how it says connecting sometimes. So I missed like the last 10 seconds. So I apologize.
Uh,
Go back
yeah, no,
and
that's
re-listen
okay.
to it.
You'll have to re-listen
Okay.
to the
Yeah.
show.
No worries.
But no, you for me, you're going to be my highlighted player for the Hot Heroes because you're not a traditional center this season. If you look at the stats, they're really weird for you, especially. You have like what 30 goals, but how many assists? You have more
40.
goals than assists.
Yeah. That's
That's
not
not
like
Marty
me. I'm
McFly like to
usually the
me.
dish. But
No.
I've been hanging back. Like we have a lot of people that dish the puck on our team, like C-Dub and
Mm-hmm.
C-Do. Like they're the ones
Yep.
breaking out a lot of the time. I'm there to help, like make
I
sure
think
that
you
it
need to
doesn't come
continue.
back the other way.
Yeah, and I think you're the guy. You have to continue doing what you're doing since your offense isn't exactly elite. And that's no knock on your offense. But you guys are what the Nut Taps tried to be last year, except you executed it. So I think you're going for a deep run, and but I think these damn dirty apes might scare you a little bit. I think they're going to put the scare into you. They're going to take a couple games and challenge you for a couple more. So um, that's my call on that.
Have at her, right?
Yep. But I think you'll take it in 6. So what do we got now? 2 versus 7. Shoot, you know
Yeah.
what?
So seven
You know what?
seven Tays versus the Wanderers.
Now, real quick, I'm gonna see if he's on. If he's on, he is on. We're gonna welcome Agent to the show because I wanted to talk about his give him a chance to talk about his series. Um, and if he wants, he can get a quick jab in.
That's
If
fine.
he decides to join the show. But we'll just start. I don't know if he's going to join or not. We'll just start talking about it. Go ahead, Marty. Take it away. 2 versus 7.
He's in the closet right now, picking out Hawaiian shirts for his next 7 days of work.
Probably, yeah. And there he is.
So,
Welcome, welcome to the show, Agent. Make sure to include your. Make sure he's still connecting, so I don't think he can hear me yet.
oh, what a shame.
Yeah.
Broke it up.
Are you
about
salty,
that.
Marty?
No, I'm
Are you
good.
salty about last night a little bit? Yeah.
I'm disappointed at how we played. Not how they played. I'm disappointed at how we played is all.
Well, it's whatever. He's still connecting. If he ends up connecting, then
Okay.
he'll get his word in. But go ahead, start it off, man. Agents Crew 2.
Yeah, versus the Wanderers. So DJ squad versus Agent squad. So the forward lines are like this: Saney, Pogs, surprise me for the 7 days. They're very dynamic. We played them last night. They got 2 dangle dicks and a guy that can basically pass the puck, which is Pogs. And you look at the Wanderers. You have Rome, probably one of the best defensive centers in the league, right? You have Edge and you have Swag, right? Swag, doing it. He has the most power play goals, right? Is that what he's saying?
Yep.
However, I'm looking at these lines. I've played both of these lines, and I'll be honest with you. 7 Taves definitely have it offensively. Saney and Surprise Me are finishers, right? And Pogs is the distributor. So I give them the heads in that one. Then we go to the defense. You have Agent and You Didn't Know versus Rev and Johnny Blaze. So they're both good, defensive lineups. But I played, like I said, 7 days last night, and I've played against Rev and Johnny Blaze before, right? So I know I didn't play them when they had these two, but together. But I know how they play. I have to give it to Agent. I know it's his first year doing it on defense, but he's solid back there. And You Didn't Know he's very solid as well. Reason I give them the edge in defensive wise is because I'm looking at their forwards and I know what Rev and Johnny Blaze are good at, and I know that if Saney, Pogs, and Surprise Me forecheck like they did last night, it doesn't matter how good Rev and Johnny Blaze are, they will turn over the puck. It's they can be really, really good, but they are going to turn over the puck to those 3 players at least 10 times a game. Not, it could be, little intricacies, but they will take advantage of it. So I give them the advantage on the defense. Then it comes down to shotgun versus DJ. Shotgun's had a great season. DJ's had a great season. I have to say this is pretty even. They're both great goalies. I would, if I didn't have Crips, I would want either one of these in my net for me as well.
hmm
My players to watch in this series surprised me. Everyone knows anyone that played Moose before, right, knows how Saney plays. I've never seen surprise me until last night. He's sneaky, he's talented, he can dangle just like Saney. So he's the guy that I'm watching for them. And for the Wanderers, I'm watching DJ. He's won the Wanderers, I think, 3 or 4 games when I've looked at the video this season by himself. Not by himself, but he's had multiple games where you're like, how the hell did he do that?
I agree
So
with that. I was
I'm
going to bring
looking at
that up.
him.
I'm glad you did. Yep, I was going to bring that up. He has single-handedly won a couple games for that squad.
He's proved that he can be a good captain after 2 really, really bad times at captain. He can actually have a good season in it too. So
Yep.
3rd time's a charm,
Uh,
right?
So having said that, first of all, Agent is your audio box check.
It is, boss.
Welcome to the show. We're covering your series right now. I didn't know if you were going to be able to come on, but I figured if we were going to cover your series, give you a chance to, first of all, come in here and gloat really quick, because you ended it all for
Hey, I
the
talked
Hut
to
Heroes
Marty.
last night.
I got my little goat into Marty last night. It was a good series. I had a lot of fun. It was intense, man. It felt like a playoff series is what it felt like to me.
We
And that's the
prepared for them.
tune-up you want heading in, man.
We prepared for them off video, and then they didn't do one thing that we prepared for. We're like, okay, we gotta do this, we gotta do this, we gotta do this. And then I asked Agent of Ben, and he's just like, he goes, yeah. He goes, we realized what we wouldn't work against you guys, so we were like saying, fuck it, we're just gonna throw everything at them. Like, okay, well. I was like, you guys never use your defense, and last night they used their defense time and time again.
Marty, who do you
That was
have in
kind
that
of
series?
that was a game time change though, because you guys are cover the middle, don't give up the cross crease, don't give up the simple goal or the impossible goal to stop, I should say. And I mean, you guys did it really well. So, but that was the thing that we all agreed on is we need to use the point more. Just against you guys, it was pretty obvious, I guess, is what I would say.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. That's not what were you saying?
No, I said, who do you have in the series?
Oh, sorry. I have Agent's team 7 Taves. I think DJ's gonna give them a game or 2, but I'm looking 5 or 6 games, and this one's over. I just see how they both play, and unfortunately, 7 Taves is a well-rounded team who can do a lot of damage. So I know the Wanderers are good, but they aren't 7 Taves good. They only got 5 Taves.
I heard.
All right, we're going to throw it.
Holy shit, that's loud. Sorry, guys.
Don't call into the
Battle
fucking
two-
show.
Fortnite.
Sober, yell at him.
My bad.
What?
Yell at me.
You gotta yell at him, man. So starts taking over the show, man. Put him in his place. We have T-shirts. He doesn't. Oh, wait, he
I have a
does.
sweatshirt
Never mind.
of you
Shut up.
guys. I'm wearing it.
Forget it. Forget it. Well, you're. Well, we thank you for the support. Please buy more.
We love you.
We love you. Sober, man. Do you agree? Anything that Marty had to say there about that series? Do you think an upset can be pulled here by DJ's team?
No. I agree with everything Marty said.
Wow.
You sound like Agent right now on the throwdown.
pulled-
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, I
really
was
have
just
anything
saying,
else
he
to
pulled me.
add,
Nice
but
job,
yeah, taking notes from Agent. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to add except for spot on.
fucking
Dales, let me
Marty's
throw it to
breaking
you.
it down way too well. Like, fuck.
It's about to be the
Anything
Marty
there?
Elitist show in about fucking 5 more minutes.
Right?
No.
Man, the
Well, I
Miss,
mean, all right.
Miss Hollywood, man. Where's Hollywood at?
You can't do the Hollywood voice. Only I can.
I know.
You suck
Do it.
at it.
Do
You're
it.
He'd
terrible.
sound like Harry Carey, wouldn't he?
Everyone sounds like Harry Carey, according to you, when you try to imitate people. I'm like, why is everyone Harry Carey, Marty? I don't get it. Yeah, well, I'm not scared of this team. The moon is made of trees. Yeah. it's
Gaggle,
I don't
gaggle.
know. Sober. All right, give me. How many games do they get?
God damn it. I'll say 6 because I think Swagger's gonna get a couple of his lucky Swagger shots. So we'll say saying 6.
I'm gonna throw my 2 cents in the hat here, and then we're gonna let Agent take it away. and then I'm probably gonna kick Agent out. No, you can stay,
Get
Agent.
the
We love
fuck
you.
out. What?
Listen,
Buy
this is
another
not
shirt.
one of those series
Damn it.
that I see. This isn't one of those
Fuckers.
series that I see being an upset. And although I like the makeup of DJ's team, I don't think they stack up to Seven Days in almost any category. Here's the one thing, my guys, King Rome in the series. Not only King Rome, but DJ too. I want to highlight both of them because Marty already kind of stole my DJ thunder there. He's a really good goalie, and he's doing more with less. I don't know if Shotgun and DJ are the same level. I think Shotgun has him edged out just by a tad, but DJ's been playing a lot of goalie, and boy, is he super improved. I mean, you're seeing it. He does way more with less. But Rome can play that suffocating defensive style, and he's actually really creative in the offensive zone. Again, he never really lights up. He never has 100 points, at least not in this league. Maybe others he might have. But man, he's really smooth with it, and he can make people miss, and he can just turn his body the right way, and then just hit somebody who's wide open. So I really like Rome to do some stuff like that. But at the end of the day, Agent, you know what? The only thing I don't like about your team, and ready, you're gonna hate it. I think your D isn't
He hates
as
your D.
good. Nope.
Hate my
No,
dick.
not Agent
Alright,
personally.
fair.
It's the
Right,
core.
that's
It's
what I'm
the
getting
D.
at.
The whole
Hey,
the whole
man,
core. If you
D
put
kinda
core
stinks,
against
I'm
core,
sorry.
right? No, it doesn't suck. It doesn't suck. I'm just saying if I was to give the Wanderers an edge in any category,
Totally over
slightly,
your head.
it might be that. Maybe. But it hasn't affected you all season long, and you get Master Shotgun back there. Again, it's just not going to be enough. I think you guys you might sweep the series. If you don't, it's going to go 5. I don't.
Agent moves the puck well, though. Like
He
last
does.
night,
No, I
noticed
know.
that Agent.
Again,
He was quick with getting rid of it.
Can I say a little
Wanderers,
shout out?
watch out for Agent. He passes it behind the net a lot, so
Sober.
Wow.
No, you can't. It's the
cut
market.
that line
Oh,
off.
Jesus Christ.
This is too soon.
I wanted to say, is Kinky gonna fucking blow up in shotguns here like he does for her when she fills in for people?
Oh shit, yeah, dude. She is in our parties when we're playing, man.
Nice.
No joke.
Nice.
What a
because
fucking cool new member, by the way.
Yeah, no shit. Comes in the league and
Right in.
like, she's been here. Has she even been here 2 weeks and started doing write-ups already?
I think she's friends with everybody already. The whole league. I think she somehow became friends with everyone in 2 weeks. I don't know how she did it.
Don't want to sound sexist or anything like that, but Agent, it's nice having a nice woman, calm voice in your party, isn't it? After having 4 or
She's
5
not calm,
guys going,
dude.
fuck
She's not
shit.
even calm at all. She's more
Right.
shit talker than anybody else on the team.
That's the
I don't know,
best
it's
part.
just
real,
a different,
not a
it's
joke.
a different octane. It's a different like kind of sound, like Chelsea and
It's
her.
funny,
Everything.
yes.
She might be pissed, but it's like you laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like okay,
No, I
cool.
agree.
I'm a
She's
better mood
fun to have
pusher
in the party. She's always got some attitude, man. And I think even if she was playing against us, I still feel like she'd be cheering for us because she's Shotgun's girlfriend. I don't know, man. It's funny. She loves the Seven Taves crew, everybody on it. She gets along with. She's in our team chat for crying out loud.
Love it. Agent, let's throw it to you so we can get to these other 2 series. What do you got? What, are you afraid of anybody on the Wanderers? Do you think this could go any way other than you winning?
No and no. I mean, I think DJ has a really solid team. He has a really good put together team. I think everybody is above average at all their positions, but I just think personally my team is a better all around team as well. Shotgun again is, you said it earlier, a little bit better goaler than DJ, but DJ can have his games too, man. He played us earlier in the season. He stole a game from us. I think he made 22 out of 23 saves. You know, just there's times like that's what he's gonna have to do that to compete with us, I feel. And without that being done, I don't see them taking it more. My team is, I can tell you, be disappointed in anything less than a sweep. That's their goal. Whenever the series is played, is anything less than a sweep, they're going to be disappointed in themselves. We've discussed it already, and I think it's gonna be awesome. Marty saw it firsthand that I think I have the best forechecking team in the league. Daly was dead set that we're trapping, and I told him 5 times before he made that prediction post, and he still put in the prediction post that we weren't trapping. But I think it's gonna be a good series. They might win a game, but it'd be 5 at the most. Is my thoughts.
Yeah, that's where I was at with it too. Um, Agent, I mean, you're more than welcome to stick around here if you want. If you don't want, then get the fuck out. Because we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
Get the fuck
Three
out.
versus six. 3 versus 6. Go ahead, Marty.
Okay, cool. So it's Victoria's Secret versus the Diddlin Danglers. So I have it as this. The offensive line for Victoria's Secret is Cosmic, Tom, and either OP or Figo. They're well. They're the top scoring forward line in the whole league. So I mean, spoiler alert. They're probably going to be the winner of the forward pick here. The other side, we have Dank, Light the Lamp, and Desire Customs, who is also a very good forward line as well. When it comes down to it, I have to go with the numbers and the eye test. And though I like Light the Lamp a lot, I know what Cosmic is. I played with Cosmic. We all know it. We see him playing those 3 versus 3 on that other show on Tuesday nights. What's that show called?
Monday nights.
Fuck,
239
I don't know.
tonight.
239 tonight.
Yeah, 239 tonight. He does sick things that I could only dream of. He probably plays with his feet himself. I don't know. Like, it's crazy. But anyways, going with their forwards, it doesn't matter if it's OP or Figo. They're very dynamic as well. Like, Cosmic's going to be the forecheck. He's going to be a guy that's going to score for you. Tom's the distributor, and OP and Vigo, well, they're scary on that side too. When it comes to defense, you have Brick and you have the odd guy for Victoria's Secret. Again, it's BC Renton and Bubba. No offense, but BC Renton and Bubba can't touch what Brick and odd guy bring to the table. I know Brick played a few games on forward this season. His plus minus is 300 because these guys score for like so much, but he is actually decent defensively too. Like he's a good defensive guy. But him and Cosmic on the left hand side coming up the ice is scary. Like those two give and goes. I mean, good luck, BC Renton and Bubba. So I give them the edge there. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I totally cut off your spot there. That's bad.
No, I'm done with the forward part and the defense part. Did you have something to say before I get into the goalies, or?
Nope, you're good. You're good.
Okay, cool. And then it comes down to ability and Hollywood. Now, I love them both. They're both big personalities. They're both good goalies. I'd say middle of the tier goalies. The series is not going to be won or lost through these goalies. Is what I'm saying. They're going to do their job. So I get it even there. So it's like 2-0 essentially instead of 2-1 or 2. You know what I mean? So it's even. They're both good goalies. I don't think they're going to win or lose them the series. The players I have to look out for, I think I said it already with Cosmic. He's the leading point getter, right? He has the most goals. He's shifty. He's going to be top 3 pick next season, and him on the forecheck against BC Renton and Bubba, it could get out of hand quickly. On the other side, I have Dank, my old buddy Dank. From
Blank Dove.
Yeah, or sorry, Santeria or whatever the hell he calls himself now. He has the most shots, I think, in the league. The guy shoots as we breathe. He breathes as many times as we. I don't know. You know what I mean? He shoots a lot. Ability, if he's not ready for like the one from the blue line or something, like he shoots from anywhere. Ability, so be ready for that. If you're not, he might have a big game or two where he scores 4 goals that you're like, how the fuck did that go in? So he's my player to look for on that team. At the end of the day, though, I say Victoria's Secret's going to take this, and I think it's going to be 5 games. That's what I have.
Sober.
I also do like Lamp a lot. The one thing that I know that they're DC's team's gonna have to look out for is the dump by Brick to Fade side because we all know Fade likes to break out early, um, and Brick loves doing that hard dump to a corner. And if you have a guy breaking out that early, the defense has to be aware of it. If they make adjustments, I could see it going 6. But I think Victoria's Secret's going to pull it out. But I think the games are going to be a lot closer than people think. I don't think there's going to be very many blowouts.
AG?
My sense.
I think
fuck out.
Sober did a good job. I think.
Get the fuck out of here. You weren't even booked for it.
Yeah. No, I think you covered it really well. I think that DC and the crew is going to give Victoria's Secret more of a run for their money than what those guys I think want. I think they think they're going to walk in there and roll them, and I don't see it happening. You've stated their defense is better on Victoria's Secret. Yeah, probably, but Light the Lamp is no slouch, man, and he's an arguable player as to competing with Luka. And I haven't seen enough of Light the Lamp to say that he's any better than Luka or any worse. But the guy's in the discussion in the same sentence as Luka. That's saying something. The guy knows how to play the game, and he's a very defensively sound center. So he's going to be able to help those two out a lot. That, yeah, they had a big loss in the tree, but I don't think it's really hindered them that terribly that they still aren't going to be able to compete. So I see them doing really well. I see Victoria's Secret winning the series, but I think it's going to probably go like 6 games is my thoughts.
I'll tell you what. Mr. Hollywood, Jim Flanagan.
There you go. That's it. That's what I'm looking for.
That's my guy. Okay, to look out for in this series. We already know about Lamp. I kind of disagree with, again, Marty. Not really, but I mean just a little disagreement, man. I think Mr. Hollywood's a really good goalie. I don't think he's middle tier. I think he middle upper tier. Again, you got to remember he's doing with less. He's another one of those guys right now that's doing more with less. He doesn't overcommit. Which sometimes can hurt him. You give an inch and they take that inch. You know what I'm saying on that short side.
Just gotta
But
push
I
the
love
short
goalies
side
that don't
again.
overcommit. I agree. No, I don't know. He makes a lot of those saves, but I've seen him miss a couple. And it's almost like it's almost like, how did that get in? He was pretty much there. Well, he wasn't all the way there. The ability is like the other way for me. Sometimes he way overcommits. He slides around like crazy. He's like Tim Thomas back there. I think I would give the slight edge there, but here we go with the D. You got Brick and Odd, and I think this is kind of where this series might get a little out of hand with Bubba and Renton on the other side. You've got all those offensive threats on Victoria's Secret. Man, there's going to be some pucks going in on Mr. Hollywood that will be no fault of his. I guess the only thing I could tell him is just play the puck carrier, man, and just pray that somebody gets a piece of it. I mean, Bubba and Renton, they're going to try and do their job and get in those lanes, but I think it's going to be too much. If there could be an upset, one of those top 3 bangers getting knocked out, this might be it. But Dank has to work with Lamp. You mentioned, Agent, you just mentioned the comparison Luka versus Lamp, the whole thing. Lamp is every player, every bit of player Luka is, and then some. And you all know how I feel about Luka. I fucking drown in his balls all day on these shows. So he is that good. Lamp is that good. He's doing it with less as well. Luka has the luxury of D-Mart right now, which we'll get to. But it's going to be Victoria's Secret in this one, I think. It's just, you guys almost convinced me of it. I was going to come on here and tell you that the Danglers were going to get it done. But the more and more I listened, it's like, there's going to be a lot of pucks flying at Mr. Hollywood. They might be right. But if you're sick and tired of Victoria's Secret rubbing it in people's faces, Mr. Hollywood, Jim Flanagan, might get the job done. We're going to find out.
You got to slow it down just a little bit more.
Yeah.
He might get it done, though. So we'll see, but I think I'll take VS in 6.
I just feel like the left side of the ice is going to be scary with Brick and Cosmic, and it might be just too much.
Let me touch on that real quick though. I'm not really afraid of their defense. That's the thing. They
I'm
can
not
be
either.
scored on. They can be scored
Oh,
on quite a
100%.
bit. And that's they're very dynamic offensively from the back end, and that's just another threat that they can score with. But does Brick City and Odd Guy make you shit your pants like you're not going to be able to score goals? Not me.
No.
We scored goals on them. Yeah, we lost the series, but we scored goals on them.
They
So
gave up a good amount
it's
of
just
goals,
a matter
right?
of
So.
yeah, they give up a good amount of goals this season, but
Right. Well, I think
I mean,
part of the
they
reason the
fight fire
offense
with
is
fire.
so good is because Rick has that offensive mentality. That's he's offense first, So I see
Yep.
that, and Odd Guy had the luxury of playing with Daly, and he learned all those passing lanes. He learned how to move the puck quick, and that's helping that team tremendously right now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. So I'm taking him in 6. Um, let's wrap that one up, and we got one more series to cover here before we call it quits. That is 4 versus 5, man. That's the Peninsula
man,
Pirates versus Putting It In.
This is my. I don't want to play the same night that this series is going on. Like, if no one does, right? Like, you want to watch this series if you're not in it. Am I right, Agent?
It's funny
You
too
wanna
because
see
it's a
this.
4 or
Yeah,
5
it's-
matchup, and I've heard that a lot. So
You know what? And people last night were like on my team, like, I want to sweep, I want to sweep, I want to sweep, right? Like, I mean, we lost the series, but I'm just like, you know what? I wouldn't mind losing a game, because that way I know D-Mart is playing daily, and that's fucking scary for them. And see you later, one of them, right? Like, I wasn't
both of these
heartbroken.
teams, right? And Marty, I'll let you
Both of
start it
these
off as
teams.
always. Both of these teams have been hot as fuck. I mean, in fuego for the last 3-4 weeks. And they only managed to get to the 4 and 5 seed because of their slow starts. Both teams had slow starts. Putting it in was even slower than the Pirates were. But they surged up the standings, and they almost cracked the top 4. Both teams. They had a chance. So go ahead, Marty, and start us off.
Like I said, these are 2 good teams. I gotta flip the page for this one, guys. Okay.
He's got actual
So,
fucking notes. That's
I
insane.
did. I didn't want to be unprepared, right? If I'm coming on the show, I'm bringing it.
You're coming
Anyways,
on this unprepared show though. Like,
okay.
I feel like he's got one of those, those notebooks you had in school that were like black and white and had like the
It's my wife.
all the
It's,
stickers on it.
Composition ones or whatever.
Composition, fucking
Yeah, those.
wide ruled.
Yeah.
100 sheets. 100 sheets it is. And on the next page is the
Big
grocery
ass
list
bubble
for
letters.
next weekend. Offensives. D-Mart, Luca, BTW. Ew. And then on this, yeah, I did your sound there. Yeah, so.
I heard it.
And then on putting it in, it's Esso, no Regretskis, Mido. So I'll put it this way: I know how they both play. They're both top tier offenses. However, as much as I love you, Esso, I think I gotta give the nod over to their offense. I mean, they have D-Mart and Luca. Any other season, if they're not captains, that's number 1 and number 2 pick. Am I wrong? No, I'm
Fact.
not wrong.
Nope, that's a fact.
Fact. And they have this guy called BTW that you probably won't even be concentrating on. That, what, he has like 30, 40 goals? So, I mean, ew. I'm just going to use your sounds all night now. You guys have a great offensive too, though. No Regretski is no joke. Mido, well, he scored all your goals against us in our series. All 4 that you guys got were him.
Yep.
And you are probably one of the best defensive forwards there is. Me and you play exact same kind of style. Defensive forwards, let our wingers do scoring, right? So
Yeah,
I
I'd say
gotta
the
give
only
them.
difference between you and I is I actually feed my goal scorers. But no, go ahead. You can go.
And the only difference between you and I is
Yeah,
I'm
here
not
we go.
looking at D-Mart's team first round. I'm looking at the 8th seed first round. So
And
I
that's
wonder
good for
which one
you.
works better.
Good for
Yeah.
you, as Chewy would say. Good for you.
Yeah.
Please continue your
So-
analysis.
Defenses. We have Nexus and Sniper for Dan's team. For your guys's, you have some guy named Daly and some guy named Tompkins. I have to give you guys Daly, one of the best defense players in the league. His hands of Roberto cards like 90 something. So that's all you need to know right
It's
there.
89.
Right?
It's 89. Steven needs to bump it up. Yeah.
He slipped. Tompkins, he was really good in the series that we played you guys too. So, he was moving the puck. He was allowing Daly to do his thing, get in the play, and he was kind of playing your rover, kind of making sure that nothing got behind Daly if he did get caught, right? So, I give you guys the the notch on the D. When it comes to goalies, they got Tomahawk and you have Mac North. Both really good goalies. I got to go with my gut here, and as much as I love Mac Bradesy, I got to give it to Tomahawk. He's been doing it for a long time, and this year, you know what I mean?
Nope.
Goddamn mic cut off.
Marty's.
Okay,
Yeah,
so,
there you go.
so, anyways, I got to give it to Tomahawk. He's been doing it a long time, and he's been really good at it, so I got to give him that. The players to watch in this series, for the Pirates, would think I would say Luca or Dan, but I'm not. I'm going to say BTW, because I think it's going to take all your guys' energy trying to cover those two. BTW has to get open. You need 5 guys just to cover those 2 guys. You know what I mean? So I'm figuring he might be able to find a seam, and he's proved this year that he's able to bury. So he will deliver. And on your guys' side, kind of like what Mac North just messaged me with hate. I betcha. On your guys' side, kind of like what you said about me in my series or whatever. I'm saying it's you, Eso. Because you are a really good defensive forward, and if you can split your time between Dan and Luca and do that effectively, you're really going to open up for No Regretskis and Middo. Middo's going to have to help you on that a little bit, but when it comes down to it, I do like No Regretskis one-on-one more than I do like BTW one-on-one. So if you can hold them off, you guys have a really good chance. That being said, this is going 7 games, I think, and it's really either way. As of right now, I do like the Pirates, but I could be swayed. You just gotta start talking, and you might be able to sway me. It's gonna be a pick'em.
Well, I'm going to give Sober
not
a
even
chance to talk you off the ledge. No pun intended. Pirates get it. They fucking put people on the ledge and poke them with swords
Plank.
and shit.
Talk me off the
Plank,
plank.
whatever. Yeah, the plank. Yeah, that thing. Sober, man. What are your thoughts?
Let's see here. So let's disregard the hate first. Since I was on Daly's team originally.
Listen, man, you contributed to 2 wins. That's 4 points we wouldn't have had.
Well, I'll just put it this way. I'm gonna take the Pirates. Just on the simple fact, Luca and Dan, and BTW. BTW, I know from that other league, and he's a pretty capable forward. So they're not going to be hurting offensively. And I hate to say it, and I know I'm going to hear about it because Daly thinks I have all this fucking hate. Daly, when he plays against a D-Mart team, gets even more kind of amped up, gets a little bit more riled up. And I think that might play a little bit into this series, where he gets a little overabundant. Because he has so much
Are you may try to do too much, you think?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What do you got the series going? How many games?
I'm going to say 6, but I wouldn't be surprised if it goes 5.
Agent, can I throw it to somebody with a better opinion than these two?
Honestly, they've covered everything. They've talked about every single player playing, man. But I see it being a super, super tight series. I think it's going to go 6 or 7. I don't know. And I really am indecisive on who to pick because it's dependent on who's going to really show up. I mean, everybody knows Luca and Dan are top tier players, but a guy like Middlegaard, you touched on him scoring the 4 goals against Hut Heroes. That wasn't all him, though. He got hit with some really nice passes from Esso
Oh,
and I
100%.
believe a couple from Regretskis. So I think those things are going to play a bigger factor than anything. Is middle needs to be open for those passes because that's what you guys look for. And if he's not in the correct spots, I don't think you guys are going to keep up in the points category of scoring goals. I really think he is the guy to watch in your team. Your defense is going to handle themselves. Daly can, even if Tompkins gets a little riled or something, I mean, Daly can reel him back in and put him where he needs to be type of deal. You know what I mean? So I really think Middle is the guy to watch in the series to be able to turn your team to either winning or losing.
So I
Shout
will
out
give you
to-
a little bit of advice.
Yeah. What do you?
Watch the corners with those guys. Those guys are shifty as fuck in the corners.
Well, I know.
Like
I
Dan
mean,
coming
we
out of the
played him,
corner and
and
Luca coming out of the corner. Oh,
yeah, we played him recently, and let's not forget we won that series. So there's that. This is not like we don't know what to expect with all these talented players. I mean, we know what's coming. We drew one of the worst matchups we could draw. We played our way into that though. So that's, with the horrible start to the season, we played our way into that seed, and that's what it was. Whew. All right. Well, obviously, I'm taking putting it in to win this thing. I would
you got
be
it.
a horrible teammate if I didn't. But I truly
Too
believe
close
we
to
are
call,
going to
man.
win. It is. Again, that series went to overtime, triple overtime, to decide the series. Tied at 1 game apiece. So I think you guys are spot on with how close and tight the series will be. I think it will go 6 or 7 games, probably 7. Probably wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh, sorry, we're at an hour. We're gonna have to cut you off right there.
Oh,
I'm that
twist
guy.
my arm. I'll shut this mic off right the fuck right now. But listen, we all know what Luca brings. We all know what Mark brings. I
Well,
think
the other thing too is
guy to
Lucas
watch on
connection.
our squad. I know listen. Everybody is going to be playing on that shit. Anytime I'm in a game with this guy, it quadruples my ping. I go from 10 to 40, just like that. But listen, everyone's dealing with it. It's no excuses. Everyone plays on the same shit. So that has nothing to do with anything. I think the guy to watch on our squad, I'm putting it in, is no Regretskis. The offense runs through him. Sniper, I believe, is going to have his. Wait, who plays lefty? Sniper, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes, he
he's
does. Yep.
Yeah, he's going to have his hands full with Regretskis. Everybody has their hands full with him. He's squirrely. He makes smart passes. And he'll drain it on you if you give him a lane. So he's our guy. It's going to run through him. Everybody already knows what Daly brings on the back end. He's numero uno or numero dos, whatever you want to call it, on the right D if you want to put C2 in there, whatever. I'll take X to the D to the A to the L to the Y every day of the week. And by the way, shout out to Evan. Shout out to Evan.
Are you mentioning his haircut?
Big fan of the show. Huh?
Are you mentioning his
No,
haircut?
Evan's like Daly's busboy at work. He listens to the
shit.
show at work. So if he's listening, man, I'm an Evan guy now, because last year I shat on Evan because I was not on Daly's team and I didn't want him to win a single game. So shout out to Evan. You're on the good guy squad now, bud. But at any rate, as far as D-Mart's team goes and the Peninsula Pirates go, BTW is their left wing, and I know you're highlighting him. He's going up against XDALY. I don't think he's going to have as much success in this series as you guys think he is, BT. I know you're listening. You're going to the island, buddy. You're going to go to the island. That's what it is. And then, the rest of us have to do our job against the hired guns, man. The 1 and the 2. And if we do that, we can wrap this thing up in 6 or 7, and that's what I'm going with.
I like the confidence. It's good.
Listen, and Tompkins. Nobody wants to talk about Tompkins. Maybe they'll talk about him.
I said he was
eventually
sneaky good, man. I said he impressed me. found
I
it
don't want
hard
to
as
talk about
shit
him
to
too
get
much. I
around him.
kind of want to. I kind of want him to stay like a third, fourth rounder. That's kind of my dream.
I
So.
don't want to keep on dreaming then.
Yeah, that's a possible thing. And I wanted to touch on one more thing now that we wrapped up the series before we kind of go off the air here. The team that didn't make it, man, Shock's team, and you either love his team or you hate his team, okay? But I don't think anyone's crying that they don't have to fucking play against Drug Monkey in round one. You know, they
No,
had
I
some
was
players
psyched.
on that squad. Yeah, they had some players on that squad that are a nightmare. Ozzy, Shock in the Circle is a nightmare. Drug Monkey's a nightmare. It's just like that. I think the league, the top seeds, dodged a bullet. You know, the Hut Heroes may have dodged a fucking bullet that they don't have to play that team. They do a lot of different things
Ooh,
that frustrate you. You know, one of the main things I saw that team did when we played them in our series was they were not afraid to. If puck went back to the D, whether it be Drug or anyone, they would instead of turning it over like a lot of teams do or trying to force a bad pass, he goes, "Fuck that, watch this," and he'll throw it at the net. Just wrist it, not slap it.
Yeah.
Just throws it at the net. You call it turd, I call it smart. That like if they're in a
No,
it's,
turds
let me,
are smart.
it's smart in a certain like if you're crossing the blue line and floating turds and crashing, that's turds. But these guys would be in a cycle, and they'd get it back to the point, and now there's nowhere to go with it. So watch this, flow it up, throw it on net, and shit happens and shit goes in, and that's frustrating. And they could have been someone's first round draw, and man, they played themselves into the ninth spot over the last month there, and I guess good for the rest of the league. As far as the other teams go that didn't make it, I don't think if they did make it, any of those other teams would have made noise. I really think it was Shock's team that could have made some noise, and then there was everybody else. You know, um, that's kind of how I felt. Marty, I heard you kind of chiming in there for a second. Would you have liked to have faced the Shock team in round one?
No, I'm glad. I mean, we didn't scare him. He didn't he say that? I mean, we didn't scare him. So I mean, already the intimidation factor is like at a 0. So I mean,
Yep.
we would
He
have lost that
definitely would
series.
not
We
have
would
been
have
scared.
swept. We would have got swept.
Uh,
We'd have lost
no,
the dot. I mean, there's that.
man, I lose a dot to everyone.
Yeah,
Unless
but
I have
listen, in
something
all
prearranged,
seriousness,
I lose a dot every game.
I know you guys are clowning, but in all seriousness, that would have been a tough first round. Like if that was the eighth seed, that's you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. If you beat them, well, you should beat them. They're the eighth seed. Blah blah. Blah. God forbid if you lost to them, which is very possible. They have a lot of dynamic players. You could have. That's the thing. So I don't know. I just kind of want to throw that out there and a shout out to
You were
Shock's
saying
team
about
that
drug and
almost made it.
not with turds. That's a really good point because he doesn't do it like from like as he goes over. He brings it back. That's an art for defensemen. Chelsea does it the same thing.
Yep.
Not many defensemen can get the puck on the net. It's kind of like in NHL. Like the best defensemen are the ones that can get it through the seam and get it to get it to the net. Because in this game it gets blocked so much. Anyways, if they have the poise like Drug did, right? You can get it through sometimes, and they get
the
it.
goalie
They
animation
get it
is
through more than
incredible.
the regular defensemen. So, yeah, you're right. Those aren't turds. They're good hockey play. So you're right by that. My bad.
Yeah. I mean, we all know what turds are. That's what Agent shoots. So that's the difference there.
When's the series? That's all I care about.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right, man. Well, if there's anything else you guys want to touch on,
Fuck
Sober,
your
do you have
sweatshirt.
anything? Hey, man. Why do you think you're allowed on the show, dude? You bought
It's
the
gonna have to be
merch.
like on a back of a t-shirt.
After I
Just
ditched you
get
the
the
one
fuck
time, I
out.
thought I'd never be welcome back.
You felt bad. You had to drop that $26 on a hoodie too. It was a good, not even a tee.
Ah,
He got
fuck.
the hoodie.
Dude, this thing's fucking sick. No complaints from me.
I'll get mine
Yeah.
in like season 12. That's when I'll get my sweater. Apparently,
Yeah,
and
what?
it'll
When
cost me
Michelle allows you
$800
to?
by the time I
Get
get it.
whipped.
Yeah, no, I
Get
want to get
fucking
a
whipped.
sweater saying "Get Michelle'd."
You should.
Obviously, and then on the back it say "Got divorced."
Yeah. All right, man. Sober. Anything else you want to touch on? You want to hit before we get off the air here? Was there anything that was kind of on your mind? Anything?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good until the playoffs are over. Wait, what? No, just kidding. I'm good for a bit.
Well, they are over for you.
When are awards going up? Like voting for awards.
Within the
you
next
know?
week.
You mean when
Yeah,
the
within the
emails
next
Start
week.
working on them.
I know. I'm just thinking where we at. No, where we have like a week off, right? It might
Yes,
bring
we do.
attention to the site. So
Yeah, that's the other thing, guys, for anyone listening that doesn't already know. Everybody was trying to get their playoff series set for this week. It didn't work out that way. You had only two guys were able to hammer out their series. It was just Victoria's Secret and the Diddling Danglers were able to agree on days, but no one else could because it's just the week's messed
Guess I
up.
don't like
And
family.
it is what it is. Yeah, they don't care. Maybe maybe a lot of them are Canadian. They're not celebrating Thanksgiving. I don't know.
True.
But yeah. But
I don't care.
But at any rate, it's going to push it back a week, unfortunately. So there'll be a little bit of downtime. We'll have award voting and all that good stuff. What else? Shit, there was something. Yeah, so sorry to Victoria's Secret and Desired. Wah wah. That's what you get for hammering out a series when no one else can. Thanks.
So are they going to play, or are they
so-
just going to wait?
No, I don't think so. Well, maybe. I don't know. I
That
don't
might
think
suck
so,
for them,
but-
and they're waiting another week, right?
But everybody's waiting.
If
Yeah,
they-
that's the thing. If they play
No,
it
I mean,
now,
like, I wouldn't want to play my series and then wait a
another
whole
week.
week for my second round.
Yeah, I
Fuck
wouldn't
that,
either.
dude.
maybe it's up to them. I don't know. Maybe if they want to, they can. I haven't really heard the discussions on that yet, but I don't see why.
We're trying to work
couldn't
this
if
out.
they-
Me and DJ were trying to play some series games tonight because we weren't going to be able to make it work.
Oh wow, yeah. That's what I mean. It was too difficult. Like I saw the list of Dan's unavailability, and then I saw my own team's unavailability, and it was literally like key player after key player, and it would switch every day. It's like, okay, no Luca Monday, no SO Sunday, no Daily Tuesday, no D-Mart Wednesday, or something like that. And it was just like, oh Jesus Christ! And they were like, fuck this. This is the way it went.
And
so.
I mean, to be honest, you want to play the other team's best players, right? Like, I don't
Yep.
care who I'm playing. I mean, if I'm playing you guys, next round, let's say, I don't want to play a game where no Regretskis is not there. It's going to be harder.
Oh,
but
he's a
at the
loser.
same
He's
time,
available every night. Yeah,
But you know what I
he's a
mean?
loser.
Like, you don't
He's
want to
good.
play a
Yeah.
team when they can't have someone. You don't want to. You want to make sure you're.
No,
You
yeah,
win
no,
36
especially- yeah, and-
games. You're going
and
to
look-
prove it in playoffs too.
If you have good captains that do their fucking job and want what's best for not only their own team, but for the league in general, they're going to do everything they can do to schedule it so that everybody can get in. There are going to be times it can't happen, obviously, but especially playoff time, that's when you really want to do your best fucking job to make sure that your opponent and you can field the lineup they want to field. So I think it was a good call by the league to suspend it for a week. Sign-ups will be, I don't know if they'll be coming, soon. But that's something
Chris
that we'll talk about. Oh, we're not going to talk
Captain
about that.
next season?
He's signing up,
Me?
buddy.
Yeah.
I don't know. You never know. They'll let me. Maybe.
Yeah, don't cry about it.
You gotta take. Someone's gonna
Let
have.
me toss
someone's gonna
this
have
out
to take
there.
the belt
The
from Daly.
Seven Taves Hut Heroes write-up just got posted.
Oh,
yeah. My internet
Marty
is
doesn't know
broke.
what that feels like. Did you roast him? Well, who did the write-up? You?
Hey, you want to? Kinky
He doesn't do his
PB
own write-ups,
did the
he's
entire
illiterate.
write-up. Kinky
Who did?
PB
Kinky?
wanted to do the write-up so bad. Yep, she was already G-chat and Daily asking for rights and everything when the series ended.
Well, Shotgun would have done it, but he doesn't know how to read and write, so I get
True.
it.
Same.
So, good on
Count
you.
me in on
Good
that
on you,
party.
Kinky, for handling that. Yeah. Listen, guys, that's about all I got. There was one thing I thought. Let me just check real quick. Someone talk, so there's no dead air. Say something.
Blah, 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 blah. Get the fuck out.
That's very interesting, Silver. Thank you.
Ouch.
You're welcome. It worked.
I'm just getting ridiculed over here, man.
Jesus.
By who?
Oh,
Sober, he
okay.
just wants to be
There is one
gone.
thing.
No.
That's what it was, man. I didn't
love
want to
people.
forget this, and I fucking forgot it. If you guys didn't notice, if when you were on the site you didn't pick up on it, you didn't see it, Pale Poner has been named an admin. Just so you guys know, new
Stop
How the
bugging
admin
fuck
us.
does that
on
work?
the site is Pale Poner. How does that work? I know how it works. They basically rape you into it. I mean, that's what they do. They put you in a fucking van and they go, "Oh, you're in here now, by the way," and you're like, "Wait, what?" And they did it to Pale Poner. So congrats to Pale. Pale wanted it, by the way. This is something that he loves. He loves the league. He loves doing things for the league, whether it be chipping in money for a nice championship or doing the Thursday Throwdown, coming on these shows, doing top 10 plays and stuff with Flanny. He used to do. He does a lot, and he loves the place. So congrats to Pale, and that's less work that I have to do from now on.
Oh yeah, you're an admin.
So again, no, I'm not, but whatever.
Seen you change a few things, I thought.
Yeah,
He definitely is. He just doesn't like to accept it.
They rape
He's
you into
fighting
it.
He's fighting it.
Ridiculous.
It's fucking crazy.
Oh, and Mac North just messaged me. He wanted to know before we go. God. My Hansel Roberto theory. And I have to kind of
Oh,
throw
yeah.
this to
Oh,
Mr.
yes.
Shitgun. Yeah. It makes sense, man. And it might have been said before. I can't believe we're still doing this Hansel Roberto thing like 3 months later. Dude, it's got to
It's
be
like we're
Giant
playing
918. Dude, it's Giant.
How
gotta
the fuck
be.
does that work?
All right.
Giant doesn't know anybody
about
in the
it.
league. He basically
Yes,
just
he
throws
does.
Why do you
names.
think the rating?
No.
Why do you think the ratings are so
No.
fucked up? Why do you think the ratings
Well,
does
are
that's
so
know
true.
fucked?
people in
That
the
is
league.
true. That is true.
Okay, hold up,
okay,
man.
so
like
he
everyone
Just
knows
always
that
in the
says.
Jim
league,
Flanagan, his best buddy, talk in his ear. Though,
Yeah,
right?
and
Right,
him and
right.
Flanagan, right? They're
Yeah.
literally best buddies, right? They work on
Yes.
shit together. They have a lot of fun with it. And Giant
For
loves
some
leagues
reason,
and shit. He's not really playing in any right now.
Yeah, I don't think he's too
Never
much for
played.
the Moose. He played the Moose way back when.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he was
he
like
never
a
played
spare
in
and
played in
shit.
239, right?
He was never like a hardcore player, but
Ah,
he fucking was.
there was like 2
probably
seasons that he
one of the
got
most
kinda-
vocal guys.
You know? And everyone's like, nah, it can't be Hollywood, man. It can't be Well, maybe not, but could it be Giant 918, man? I just met the man a couple weeks ago. We had some fucking beer and pies and watched some football together, man. It could be Giant
Should have quizzed
918.
him.
And I should have. I wasn't thinking about it then, man. It was kind of like Shotgun brought it up, and he's like, I think it's Giant. I'm like, wait, that makes sense. Everyone's always freaking out about the ratings and how could they be this wrong? How can this guy be this? And well, it's Giant, man. That's how.
So, do you remember
That's-
like
I
way
don't know.
back when we were trying to figure out who it was? Well, when we first started trying to figure out, and someone said, well, they had to play in the Moose, right? And I was just like,
Yes.
I always wondered, why did they have to play in the Moose? Like, what is the big
'Cause
why?
they-
Like,
Well,
'cause that
because he says
eliminates,
they
it.
knew-
like,
That's his
three-quarters
thing.
of the
Like, I'm a
fucking league.
retired Moose player, and that was his only
Well,
clue
yeah,
he
yeah.
gave you.
they broke down.
I don't.
There was a lot of breaking down of previous Moose players, especially right after the big Moose invasion where a bunch of people came over. And how well they knew how those players played was my big catch.
Oh, gotcha.
And if you look, he seems to get the Moose guys more right than the non-Moose guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, he
And I
definitely
think
knew all the
he's
Moose
fucking
guys.
with- Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, and when we were breaking it down like that way back in the day, that was like the second season, I guess, that Hansel was around, where we had a bunch of Moose guys come in that season, and all of a sudden he started spitting out fucking shit up, fucking breakdowns of players and shit, and I'm like, he's nailing every single fucking breakdown of those players. So obviously he played in the Moose the last season where those players played, and he knows. But
It's
it could
just
be a
fun to
check
talk
too.
about. He's
Who
never
knows?
going to out himself. He's never going to out himself, so we'll never know for sure. But that's my bet. I got you, Giant. I know it's you. Fucking know it's you.
All right, let's get the fuck out
And
of
keep
here.
it
I
up,
wanna
man,
play
because
some
we
Drunk
love
Puck
it. Let's
and
get out of
actually
here.
Pay attention to this shit.
Marty, thank you very much for coming on and doing your shit. Good luck in your round one matchup against them damn dirty apes. Agent, thank you as well. Good luck in your first round matchup. I don't need luck because I'm pretty fucking good, and we're gonna get this
Count me
done.
in
Got
that boat.
X to the
Oh
daily,
god,
is that why?
I think I just vomited in my mouth a little bit.
We got X to the D, to the A,
Get the fuck out.
to the L, to the
Get
Y.
the fuck out.
So we got that. Agent, man. Thanks for coming on. Sober. I mean, you don't have the playoffs to look forward to, but
No.
you're still on here killing this. And I mean, I guess